So who are you, what's your role, and who do you work for?
My name's Yasmin. I'm currently Chief Strategy Officer at CloudBolt. Our company StormForge recently got acquired, where I was head of product.
And what do you want to share today?
So we have two exciting announcements at KubeCon. We got acquired by CloudBolt, a leader in FinOps and cost optimization. And also we had some great product announcements yesterday. And retrospectively, April Fool's Day is a funny day to launch product announcements, but we have some new node optimization capabilities to reduce waste at the node level. We have made our Java optimization feature GA, and lastly, we launched our pay-as-you-go support on the AWS Marketplace.
And these features that you just mentioned, what problems are they solving?
Starting from the node level, typically we always optimize pods, and a question we also get is, hey, my nodes have a lot of waste on them, what can I do? And we'll always tell people, hey, start with Carpenter. But one thing we added to the capability of our software is using our machine learning to look at the workload profiles, and after we start to right-size them, looking at the shape of those workloads and determining what shape nodes they would be best suited on, and then setting node affinities to actually nudge the scheduler to put those workloads on the right nodes. And honestly, the challenge that helps is make sure that people are reducing waste at the node level, and so we're very excited about that. For the Java capability, typically when we talk to users about, hey, are you right-sizing? Have you adjusted your requests and limits on your workloads? If it's a Java workload, they're like, yeah, I'm not really comfortable. I don't feel safe making changes, especially when it comes to memory and how Java handles heap. And so most recently we started collecting additional metrics like heap, garbage collection from Java workloads, and our machine learning is consuming that data and coming up with recommendations for the heap alongside the requests and the limits for memory. So very excited about that, and the challenge that solves for folks is helping them safely optimize the waste for Java workloads. And then lastly, our pay-as-you-go capability on the AWS Marketplace is exactly that. It allows people to get started and pay for what they're using, no long-term commitment. If you just want to get started, try it out, smaller scale, you don't want to talk to us, it allows users to get started with the software and do all that without having to talk to a StormForge, now CloudBolt rep.
These features that you just mentioned, are they open source? Are they part of the CNCF landscape?
So our software is not open source, it's proprietary, because most of our value add is a combination of our machine learning, which is patent pending, and then the automation that we built around that. However, we built the software to work with all the open source tools in the Kubernetes landscape. So, for example, we work really well with the HPA, with Kata, with Carpenter, and then as we build the software, we try and follow Kubernetes best practices so that we can work alongside all the kind of standards that are out there and all the other tools, like Argo, for example, that comes up often. We just want to make sure we work with all the open source tools out there.
So can you tell me a little bit more about what StormForge, now part of CloudBolt's business model is?
Yeah, so because we're optimizing your resources, we charge by the vCPU that we optimize, and actually as you reduce your vCPU count, you also spend less on the software, and you only spend more as you grow, and as your application grows, then we grow with you. And so we charge a dollar amount per vCPU if you are purchasing the software directly, and then if you're on the AWS Marketplace, it gets calculated by vCPU per hour, billed monthly.
So, who are your main competitors?
So, to be honest, the thing we come up with the most is NoTool. Usually people have either tried a DIY approach to tune their resources, or they just aren't doing anything very automatic around setting requests and limits for CPU and memory. However, of course, we do come across other competitors, CAS being one. They're also on the show floor today, and they take a different approach than we do. They are more proprietary, where they offer node optimization and some pod optimization with their own replacement tools, whereas we take a slightly different approach. We partner with Carpenter for node optimization that's open source, and we layer on top of other open source tools like the HPA to do pod optimization. So, different approaches to the problem, but I would say that's CAST is a competitor that we see come up sometimes.
What differentiates the features that you mentioned that you're releasing that are coming out of StormForge, which is now part of CloudBolt, from the competitors?
Yeah, so from a Java perspective, we're the only pod right-sizing tool that looks at additional Java metrics and uses those to come up with a recommendation and actually sets the heap for you. So that is one we're excited about. From the node waste level, we take a different approach. There are other tools that kind of will suggest the size of the nodes and other kind of more right-sizing type approach, whereas we look at it from okay, these workloads, what's the best shape for these workloads to run based on their profile, and it's more of a machine learning-based approach. And then pay-as-you-go, that's, I'd say, maybe less of a differentiator, more just for customer use and ease of use to just get started.